and stunning HD. This is
English Premier League news.
Your home of sport.
Hey, this is EPL News here, and I'm going to do a review on Man United vs Swansea. The game just finished a couple of minutes ago. Manchester United lost 2-1 to Swansea. First I'm going to start talking about Swansea. Their scorers were Key and Sigurdsson. Swansea had 40% possession during the game, while Manchester United had a larger amount of 60%. They had 5 shots on target, and 5 shots and 4 on target. They had no corners and committed 20 fouls. So basically Swansea's tactics were counter-attacking football. From the start of the game they were using Routledge and Dyer with Bonney up front. So Routledge and Dyer were breaking quickly on Swansea and on Manchester United, and they used a lot of pace and basically used Bonney to hold up the ball when necessary. They started the game off alright. Manchester United and Swansea were quite even in the early parts of the game, with Man United enjoying a lot of possession, but very, very slow build-up play led to Swansea having a couple of counter-attacks where they almost scored but didn't. As the game progressed, Manchester United took hold of the game. However, Swansea then scored from Ki Sung Young long shot from about on the D from a Swansea break, in which Manchester United players closed him down, and he had a left-footed shot that went in the bottom right-hand corner. So it was a poor start from Manchester United from that perspective, having them enjoyed a lot of possession and had created no chances with that possession. So basically, as the game went on, towards the end of half-time, Manchester United played even worse, and Swansea were getting more and more possession and started to get on the fans started to get on the back of Manchester United, and they played poorly as it went into half-time. Then after half-time, Swansea played a lot worse in the second half, and the game progressively got worse for Swansea, and Manchester United then scored from their pressure as Januzaj had come on for Lingard, who seemed to be injured at half-time. Before half-time, and about 20 minutes into the game, Lingard went off and Januzaj came on. He made a huge impact for Manchester United. He was superb. He was taking players on, and he got Taylor booked, Dyer booked as well, and I'm pretty sure Ki Sung Young took him out as well. So 3 of Swansea's 4 bookings were just fouls on Januzaj, because Januzaj tended to get booked a lot. Players tend to get booked a lot when they foul, because they have to foul Januzaj to stop him. Januzaj was superb. He was taking players on so well. He was fantastic for Manchester United, one of the few high points for Manchester United. After that, after Manchester United scored, Swansea City started to drop very, very deep. Manchester United enjoyed a lot of possession, creating a couple of chances from crosses. Wayne Rooney looked very bright, and in the end, a corner from Juan Mata was flicked on by Jones, and it led to a Wayne Rooney overhead kick to latch on the end of a flick on from Phil Jones overhead kick into the back of the net. It was a superb instinctive finish from the striker. Then after that, Manchester United looked even better. Januzaj was superb. Mata started to get into the game a bit more, making a couple of chances. However, then out of the blue, Swansea City got a lucky break. Sorry, not a lucky break. Got a very quick break. A very, very bad shot from Routledge rolled over towards Sigurdsson, who volleyed it. De Gea was wrong-footed, made a save, but it kind of wasn't a good enough save, and it kind of bounced in the back of the net. And that's basically kind of what happened. So, from a Swansea City perspective, a fantastic start for them. So Swansea City was a fantastic result for them. Getting all 3 points was superb. However, in my opinion, their game plan was perfect. Was very, very good. In my opinion, their game plan was the right choice to play against a 3 at the back team. Which Manchester United did change, but it was the right way to play. A good away team, good performance. In my opinion, standout performer was Sigurdsson. Bonney and Gomez, when he came on, was fantastic. Also, Shelvey and Ki Sung Young in midfield were fantastic. Their distribution of the ball was pretty good on the breaks. Get the ball out quickly. and also a mention for Montero, who had a bit of a cameo appearance. He played effectively just as well as Routledge and Dyer had done before him. Before them, they weren't, in my opinion, weren't the best team on the day, but they got the goals and they won the game. So you can't really complain about that. So now I'm going to really talk about what Manchester United did. So in the first half, Manchester United played 3 at the back, 3-4-1-2, with Smalling, Jones and Blacklet. Out of the 3 of them, I would say Blacklet was by far the most superior centre-half, with Phil Jones coming second and Chris Smalling last. Jones was fantastic, a lot of last-ditch tackles on when Swansea City looked to have a break. Jones would come in, slide in and take the ball. A very good example of that was Gomez towards the end of the game. He put a couple of decent challenges in. Blacklet was very dominant in the air, very good from corners and set pieces and stuff. And then we'll go into the midfield where we had Lingard, who didn't really figure, so I can't really talk much about him. He was all right when he was playing. You couldn't really judge anything from the game. Herrera was very combative in the midfield. He was going around like box to box. Fletcher was all right, very passive from Fletcher, just passing it sideways, much like Tom Cleverley. He didn't really perform particularly well, in my opinion. Didn't distribute the ball quick enough. Herrera's passes were off key as well today, actually, in my opinion. A lot of the time he was passing the ball swaying wide of where he wanted the ball to go. Wasn't good enough, in my opinion. Ashley Young, pretty average performance. From set pieces, though, he did whip a couple of good balls in, which looked to be dangerous. And we're going now to Adnan. We'll leave Adnan Januzaj to the end. So then we've got Hernandez, first half, absolutely abysmal, did absolutely nothing. Ran to the channels a couple of times, did nothing with the ball, though. Then you've got Wayne Rooney, who was a better, he was one of the striker, his other partner at the start of the game, who was pretty decent. He did his job when necessary. He scored a goal, could have scored he could have scored another one, not for a brilliant tackle from Williams. Other than that, though, he was pretty abysmal. Then you've got Mata, who was playing behind the striker. He was not really in the game, to be honest. I would have thought a good idea for Van Gaal would have been to bring Kagawa on, but he brought Fellaini on. So basically now we're going to talk about the substitutes that he made. Fellaini didn't do much, pretty poor from Fellaini. And Nani, again, didn't do too much, looked right at the start, but didn't really fulfil his purpose in the side. Didn't really prove anything. Van Gaal changed it at half-time then to 4-3-3. 4-3-3 was a lot better than 3 at the back, in my opinion. I really like 3 at the back. I don't know why, but today it didn't work. But 4-3-3 was improved Manchester United's performance in the second half. They played a lot better. They had possession, then also made chances. They had a lot of corners, 4 corners, and they had 14 shots with only 5 on target, which isn't good enough for me. And now we're going to talk about Adnan Januzaj, who was absolutely fantastic in my opinion. He took players on. He looked like a very, very decent player. He played very, very well. He was taking players on, a lot of skill, very direct in the box. Very direct in his play. He was running right at the goal, right at the players. Unlike the likes of Nani, Mata, Rooney, Fletcher, Ashley Young, none of these players were taking anyone on. So Januzaj was kind of the outlet. And basically, to sum this whole game up, it was just like David Moyes for me in the way that Manchester United played this game. They were very reliant on Wayne Rooney and Januzaj to spark and create something. And nothing really came from either of those 2 players. It was enough to win the game. So, very poor start from Manchester United. A lot of work to be done. And there needs to be a lot of signings, which I'm going to talk about in another video. What Manchester United need and who they should sign. This has been EPL News. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. Have a nice day.